Hi guys, it's me again. Told you I'd be right back. Um, I did a meditation on John Bolton because I heard that he still doesn't want to talk about the impeachment or Trump or anything, and it's so annoying because if we could get him to testify, then we feel like he would probably be impeached by the Senate. Why? I don't understand why everybody it feels like everybody's protecting Trump. They're always protecting him, and I just want to connect with John Bolton's, his higher self, and just ask a few questions and see what's going on with him. Okay, so earlier I was doing a meditation, and I did get lots of information, but when you connect with, or at least when I connect with somebody's higher self, it's um, they still have their personality. So I feel like he still has this personality. It's not just you know all angelic. Put it that way. So I just want to know. I'm just asking him, and he's what he says. I ask him why everybody wants you to testify. And he says it'll be a cold day in hell before he testifies. That's what he says. Um, and I'm like, well, why? Why? And you know what he's showing me? He's showing me like a family sitting at a table eating. He says we're all a family. We're the Republicans. They're all a family. Um, some family members you might not care that much for. You know what I mean? You might not want to be around them, but you see them and you sit down with them, you break bread with them. You don't want to hurt them. That's what he's saying. I have to break bread with these people. I have to look them in the eye, he says. Um, so, I think he's trying to come across to me that he's a very honorable man. So I'm saying to him, since you're so honorable, wouldn't it be the honorable thing to do is to testify? Wouldn't that be more honorable? And he's like very virtuous and righteous, and he says, I am an honorable man. Let history judge me. Okay. He's kind of blunt, kind of dry. um, okay, so I'm asking him, what would he do? What would you do if Moscow Mitch? I'm saying it like that. What if Moscow Mitch asked you to testify? What would you do? What would you do if they want you to testify? And so he says to me, well, if I'm compelled by law, that's a different story. He said, that's a different thing. Another story. He said, that's another story. But he says, I don't foresee that happening. So I ask him, so what do you truly think? What do you truly think about Trump? And he says, he's a madman. That's what I'm getting. He just says, he's a madman. Okay, so if he's a madman, why wouldn't you move against him? Why wouldn't you do something to protect, our country? I don't understand. I don't understand it. He says there are people protecting our country. He has his handlers. He's their problem. He said he's their problem because he just washed his hands and walked away. It's their problem. And so I'm saying, you're not afraid he's going to damage the country? Aren't you afraid of that? You know, And he says, what is done is done. The people, after all, elected him. That's what he says. So do you think he'll be reelected? That's what I'm asking. Do you think he'll be reelected? He says this fairy tale ends badly. Okay. All right. So what was that little thing that you said that you didn't want to be part of this drug deal that Juliana had cooked up, that you didn't want to be a part of this drug deal, that it was going to blow up. I forget the words exactly, but something like that. Um, so why did you say that? Why did you say you didn't want to be a part of it? Why? What's going on there? Um, okay, so he said he says that Juliana is a weasel, and he is the definition of undiplomatic. Okay. And he said there's no way that, there's no way to know what might come out of his mouth. There's no way to know. There's no trust. And he shouldn't have been put in that position ever. He shouldn't be acting on behalf of the president. He shouldn't be there. He just shouldn't be there. He should not have had that position. He should not have that trust. He shouldn't be entrusted in that position. So, okay, so he's going around and telling, I heard a snippet on the news. I haven't watched it, but I heard them talking that he gave an interview that he got some dirt on the Bidens, that he's digging up something, that something's coming to fruition about that. So, does he have something on the Bidens? Like he's going around saying? Um, he says some dogs bark and they have no bite, something like that. They bark a lot, but they don't have any bite. So he's just barking. So he says it's in Giuliano's best interest to get Trump reelected. That's what he's saying. It's in his interest. That's his interest. It's not for Trump or anything. It's for himself. And I'm like, why? Why? Why is that his best interest? And he says power, power. He said being the president's personal attorney has many benefits. It opens many doors. You get special treatment. Also, it's kind of it inflates his ego. That's what I'm getting. It inflates his ego, so it makes him feel good. It makes him feel really good. Feel very important. That's what it is. It makes him feel really important, and gives. I guess he's got a big head over it. He's enjoying what he's doing, going around being speaking for the president, and it's just gone all to his head. So things have just fallen into place. Everything they've done, it's fallen into place. So it's giving Juliana this, feeling that it's always going to be that way, that he thinks it's always going to turn out the way they want it to, because it always has. But everything comes to an end. Everything has an end. Everything has an end. And he's going to find out this is going to end also. Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Bolton. I appreciate that. So, all right, guys. So that's what I got for him. I guess he's not going to come forth and do an interview or come and testify unless he's compelled and made to by the White House. Unless the White House makes him. Mitch McConnell, I guess, could ask him and he would do it. He'd be subpoenaed and he'd do it, I guess. But other than that, he's not going to. He's not going to come forth and do it. So he's very stern. He's a very stern guy. I don't know. there's some people, they're just so black and white, they have one way of thinking, and you can't really, I feel like that's the kind of person he is. He just has one way of thinking, this, and in his own mind and in his own being and the way that he is honorable in his own way, you guys. He is. I mean, at least he didn't bow down to Trump. He left on his own accord. He said, no, I'm not going to be a part of this. And he left. So you got to give him some credit for that. Even if we don't like his politics. I don't, like they say, he's very hawkish. He likes to start wars and stuff like that. And I'm a peaceful person, so I don't subscribe to that. So in that regard, I don't like his line of thinking and politics. But as far as, who he is for himself, he's honorable to himself and his own beliefs. So that's very important, to honor your own beliefs. It's not like he's going around telling a bunch of lies like other people that we know, right? Okay, guys, so that's my reading on him. Let's see what I got here. I have some things written down. Let's see. Here's one. So Moscow Mitch is coming up for re-election, and he is his opponent is Amy McGrath. You may have seen her on some Facebook ads. I've seen her a few times, quite a few times actually. She's a retired Marine pilot. She looks like she could totally kick his ass. She looks really tough, she really does. So let's take a look at them. Let's see what's going on. Maybe we can see. Let's see. How does it look between Moscow Mitch and Amy McGrath? There's quite a few that are, seats that are up for re-election, but they have to go through a primary. They don't have an opponent yet. They have several opponents, so we have to get through a primary, but there's a few that have just one opponent, and he's one of them. So let's see. Amy McGrath, are you going to unseat Moscow Mitch? Wouldn't that be fantastic? I'd love to see that. I mean, we would just love it. Love it. Let's see what's going on here. So I'm going to draw a couple of cards for Mitch and a couple for Amy and see what's going on here. So what can you tell me, Spirit? Well, hell. I don't like that. This card jumped out, the Hanged Man. That's when it's like, you don't, they may not tell us. This is like when you're in, you're in a place where there's no decision. You're just kind of in a place where you're hanging around and not able to make a decision. So I don't like seeing that card. Why did you pop out? So I might not be able to get a very good decision here. Let's see. Okay, this will be for Moscow Mitch. Let's take a look at him here. Moscow Mitch. Oh, looks good for him, y'all. And here's Amy. God, why would people vote for him? Amy. Ooh, yeah. A lot of conflict over her. There's some conflict coming up for her. So Moscow Mitch, this is a good card, 10 of Pentacles. This looks really, really good for him. And then Amy, her first card is the 5 of Wands. Lots of conflict. Lots of fighting and conflict. So there's a lot of conflict going on here. So let me take a couple more cards for them. Let's see. Moscow Mitch. Okay, so she will be judged. She will be judged. So I don't know what's going on there, but she will be judged. Moscow Mitch. This is working together with others. So he's probably going to get a lot of help being reelected. He's got a lot of donors, a lot of helpers, a lot of people in his pocket. So it's not looking very good for her right now. It may be too early, but gosh, I hate to see that, but it's not looking great for her, guys. But things could change. You never know. I'm just reading the energy of today. We've got a long ways to go for November 2020. But right now, she's being, I think, judged a little harshly. There's a lot of conflict around her. I don't know what's going on, but a lot of conflict. Haven't really looked her up or seen her. Like I said, I have come across her ads on Facebook a couple of times. All right, let's look at Colorado. There's that Corey Gardner, and his challenger is John Hickenlooper. What a name, Hickenlooper. Hope I'm saying that right. Hickenlooper. Boy, how would you like to go to school with that name? When in my day, if I would have had a name like that, my maiden name was Anderson, so it was pretty simple and easy. But Trudy, I got Trudy Fruity all the time. Trudy Fruity, always. And my mother liked to tell people my name was Gertrude. Her name is really Gertrude. We call her Trudy for short, which wasn't true, thank goodness. What a funny name. That's okay. There's some Gertrudes out there that are just fine, right? Okay, let's take a look at Corey Gardner and John Hickenlooper. Let's see. So, you know, that card that I drew that came out, I think that was just means we're going to have to wait on that Moscow Mitch. They're kind of in a holding pattern waiting, so I don't think that would be the final outcome. That was funny. How things work out. Okay. So the first one for Corey Gardner is Seven of Pentacles. So he's got a lot of money coming in. He really does, but is it going to be enough? Will it be enough? You know, I don't think they really like him in Colorado. He's has a lot of, you know, a lot of money, a lot of donors, and it may not be enough though. And then John Hickenlooper, he got the Wheel of Fortune, so his fortune's changing. And I feel like it's changing for the better, so it's going to be good for him. So that it's looking good for John, not so good for Corey right now. Let's take one more card each. Let's see. Oh, okay. This is pretty definite. Looks pretty definite. Oh, well, dang. Okay. All right. Well, this is funny. This is weird. They both got a bad card, but the other one was reversed. So this is Corey. Corey gets the Five of Cups. So this is kind of like defeat, grief, sadness, being upset. Yeah. So it doesn't look too good for him. It looks like he may be defeated. And then John Hickenlooper, Hickenlooper, he gets the Nine of Swords in reversed. So all his worries, all the things he's been going through, because by the time November 20th comes around, it's going to be a long time. So he's going to go through lots of, stress, grief, sleepless nights. It's all over. It's all over. Everything is reversed. So he's going to be, having good dreams, sleeping well. Everything's perfect. Everything looks great for him. So that's good. That is good. So it looks really good for him. His fortune's changing, and all his worries are disappearing. So it looks really good for him. So I like that. So I should write that down, right? So I think we have to wait on Mitch, but it was kind of aiming towards Moscow Mitch. It was looking better for him. And then I would say I'm leaning on John for that one. He'll be my pick. Okay, let's see what else we got here. Now we're going to go to Arizona to Mark Kelly and Martha McSally. Okay, so he's challenging Martha McSally. He's trying to get her to. I would love to see him become senator. I think he's a beautiful person. I really do. He has, you know, he's a very down to earth astronaut. I had to say that. It just feels, he just has really, really good energy, you know? He really does. He's got good energy. And he's really in this, you know, for the love of country and his wife and Arizona. It's all perfect. He should be senator. He'll make a really good senator. He really will. And I think when I read on him before, you know, and it's not my feeling, but it's, you know, you're just reading the cards, the energy. It didn't look like it was a great time for him. But let's see how it is now. Let's see. Let's see what's going on. Like I said, it's a long time, and we're reading the energy of right now. This is for Mark Kelly and Martha McSally. Anything could change, but we're reading the energy of what's going on right now. Okay. These cards just want to flip right out on me. This is a heavy burden, y'all. It's a heavy burden. This is him. This is a heavy burden on Mark Kelly. He really wants to do it, but it's a heavy burden. Because his heart's really in the right place, you know? All right, let's see. Let's take one for Mark Kelly, and then I'm going to do Martha. The first one will be Mark Kelly. The other ones I did the other way, but I wrote this down like this. I'm going with what I wrote. So this one, the first one will be Mark Kelly that I draw for. Okay. All right. Okay, so Mark gets the Two of Swords. So I think he's at a crossroads and he really has to know what he's dealing with. He needs to see his path really clearly and what he needs to do next. This tells me that he has a little bit of difficulty ahead. I would say he's got some difficulties. He's, you know, I don't think he's ever held a public office, but of course, you know, his wife has. But I don't know how long they had been married before, you know, that tragedy happened to her. So he may be going through a learning curve, you know. And then Martha McSally, she gets the Ace of Swords. So that could be beneficial for her, you know. It really could. This could be an opportunity for her to win. Let me take one more card for each one for them. All right. One more for each person. Oh. Well, he gets the Fool, so this is a new beginning for him, which is true. He needs to just I guess not worry about it. Just go full force and don't worry about it. Just, you know, jump right into it and have no worries or no cares. And it's okay if you make a mistake. Don't worry about it. You know, because he's learning and he's new, and we all understand that. And I think the people of Arizona, they'll understand that too. So this is good. So this is actually a good card for him to get a new opportunity, that things will work out well for him. But also, she gets a pretty good card too. She gets the Chariot, that she has everything under control. So it looks like it's kind of like a draw for them right now. I'm not going to lean towards either way on them, because they're both looking pretty strong. Are they neck and neck on the race? Do you know? I didn't really look them up on their polls or anything like that. I didn't see it. I just saw who was the challenger. That's all. I just looked up a name, but I didn't look up any poll numbers. So they must be close in the polls. They must be pretty close. That's what I'm seeing. So we'll have to take a look at them again later on, okay? I don't think we can make a decision on that right now. Okay, let's see. Let's look at Jeff Sessions from Alabama and Doug Jones. So again, that's turned around. It'll be back to the Republican, Jeff Sessions. It'll be first, and then Doug Jones. He's the Democrat. He's holding the seat right now. So will he be able to hold on to that seat? There was somebody else running. I forget what his name, from Alabama, and Jeff Sessions threw his hat in, and he was like, "Oh hell, never mind. I ain't gonna win it." Another Republican. He didn't even try. He's like, oh, "Okay, Jeff Sessions is gonna win." He was sure. So let's see. I mean, after all Jeff Sessions went through with Trump and all, why would y'all want Jeff Sessions again? Come on. He pretty much kissed Trump's butt, and Trump dumped on him every single day. He seemed so weak, so weak. He wouldn't stand up to Trump for nothing. Is that the kind of senator you want? Doesn't stand up for you? Come on. All right, let's see. Let's take a look at them. Jeff Sessions and Doug Jones. This is long. Sorry, you guys. I'm going to wrap this up. There's a lot of others. I have one more to do from Iowa. I know I say that funny. I get corrected every time I say it, and I can't help it. I can't help it. I'm sorry. All right, Jeff. Okay. Let's see. And then we have Doug. Well, hell, it's not looking good. Knight of Cups. Yeah. This is the Knight of Cups, so this is an offering. This is good. So he's going to get some good, he's going to hear some good news about this. So Jeff will hear good news about his situation. It's not good. It's not good to me. And then Doug, come on, Doug. This is Eight of Cups. This is walking away. So that's not good. That's not good. So it's not good. It looks like Doug Jones, I mean, with this reading, it looks like he's going to lose his seat. Let me pull one more card each and see how it goes. I don't want him to lose. Do the people from Alabama love Jeff Sessions that much? He's got another good card, y'all. Let's see. Do they? Okay. So Jeff he's got the sun. He's got the sun on his back. This is good. This is good for him. It's looking really good for Jeff Sessions. When you see the sun, it's like abundance, happiness, prosperity. You're feeling great, fantastic, happy. It's looking really good for him. And then Doug gets the Six of Pentacles, the charity card. So he's going to need a lot of help. It's going to need a lot of help, you guys. So all you people from Alabama, you need to get out there and help Doug. He needs help. He needs your help. So, he needs donations and help. Money, and he needs your vote, of course. So he needs a lot of help. He needs people to get out there and get the vote out for him, okay? So not looking good. Jeff Sessions is looking, he's looking better, like he may be the winner here. So I'm going to keep this. I'm going to write it down. Okay, let me look real quick at Joni Ernst and Teresa Greenfield in Iowa. My sister lived in Iowa for a little while. She used to live there. And so we used to go round and round with the name. I know I'm not saying it good. Spelled. That's how it's spelled. I'm saying it how it's spelled. Okay, guys. So let's see. Joni Ernst and Teresa Greenfield. Teresa Greenfield's the Democrat, and Joni Ernst is the Republican. Seat is up for re-election. Up for election November the 20th. Let's see. There's a bunch of seats. There's like 23 seats up for the senators, and there's only in Republicans, I think only 12 for Democrats. So, you know, hold on to your seats and let's flip some. Let's flip some. All right. This is for Joni, and Teresa. Who is going to be the winner of this race? Let's check it out. Let's check it out. This is kind of fun, y'all. I like this. Doing something different. All right. You know, I don't usually shuffle the cards on because it takes me a long time. See how long this is taking? I usually I shuffle them and I turn on the camera. You know? Oh, she's defending herself. Oh, she's in. Ooh, Teresa, she may be getting her. Joni got 7 of Wands. So she is defending her. She's going to be defending herself. So I feel like she's really coming after her. And she's in defense mode. Teresa got the Magician. So that's a fantastic card to get. You know, when you get the Magician, you can just you can pull it out. It's like everything is going to be going in her favor. Everything's going good for her. It's looking great for her right now, for Teresa. The Magician's on her side. It's like, I always say that the Magician is like, whatever you think you can do, you can do. So she's got everything on her side. All the good energy is on her side going for her right now. It's like I can pull a rabbit out of the hat. I'm the Magician. So she can do this. She really can do this. I like seeing that. Okay, one more card for each of them. Let's see what they get. And so I would think that this is Joni's card. This is the 6 of Cups. So this is like a return to home. This is, you know, being welcomed and loved and feeling at place. So that's actually kind of good for her. I like seeing that for her. I mean, if I was rooting for her, that would be a good card for her. I would rather see the Democrat win, though. And then the Democrat gets the Hermit. So she is, she's going down this path. It's a new path for her. And I feel like, it could be kind of lonely. It could be kind of lonely for her. So I don't know what's going on here. So I don't know if things kind of shift and they get a little bit difficult for her during the latter part of the year. So right now it looks like she must be leading right now. Like I said, I haven't looked at any of the polls, but she must be leading. Teresa must be leading right now. But I think it becomes more difficult later on. I don't know what's going to happen in the end, but it looks like it gets a little bit more difficult. But she'll find her way. Don't worry. This is a good path that she's on, and she'll find her way. The way is lighted for her. So, but it can get a little lonesome. So I don't know if she has so many people rooting for her as Joni does. I think Joni must be very well loved. I don't know. I don't know anything about her, but it looks like she's very well loved where she's at. Her home, you know, her hometown and the people of the Iowans, is that what you call them? Iowans, they must really love her. So we'll see. All right, so I call that kind of a draw. I can't really lean on one way or the other, but if y'all go look them up and see how they're running, I feel like Teresa may be doing well right now, but it might slow down a little bit. We'll see. But hey, it's a long year. It's a long way to go. It's, 11 months away. So we'll see what happens. Okay, guys, if you'd like to get a reading with me, remember I have readings on sale right now for $25. You get a private YouTube reading that I send you. It lasts around 20 minutes. I'll do the Celtic Cross, or I can do a love, or we can just answer questions, and I can draw 5 cards for each question, something like that. Whatever you'd like to do, let me know. We'll talk about it in the email. just let me know what your concerns are, your questions, and we'll get it going, okay? So if you guys like my videos, make sure you hit the like, hit the bell to be notified for the next one, and subscribe to my channel, okay? Thank you guys for listening to me. It was super long. I'm sorry. I don't know if y'all like that or not, but at least I got to say what I needed to say. All right, guys. Love y'all so much. Thank you for taking the time out of your day and listening to me. And do something kind for somebody. It'll always come back to you. Bye for now. Y'all take care.